welcome back to MG Stories. We're back in the garage and we are in the middle of doing some dismantling. I'll show you all that in a second. And before I lower the car, I'm going to show you a little bit of view of the damage from underneath, so you can see a little bit of work that Agop has got to do. So, take a look at this. Okay, it's looking a bit sorry for itself, but we're going to ignore this superficial damage because we've seen that before. I'm going to bring your attention just to two bits that are quite insignificant, the lesser of which you can see a crease there. Now that piece of metal does flow around, but if you look at that side, it's like a smooth line flow there and not a crease. So this bit of this side has moved a little bit that way. And that shows up further up where the radiator was going across, and the shroud that goes around it was twisted. Now on the surface, this bit looks okay, because this took like the damage straight on. But I'll show you the significant bit under here, which is where this rail comes down and then goes underneath. You can see a definite crease in the rail just there. So that's been squished that way. And then you can't actually see it very well. I'll see if I can bring the light over. You can see just there where this comes down, that's supposed to be a nice flat surface coming down there, and that's got creased inwards. So that means that this is all kind of like being shoved that way. Now, what that means is when it goes off for straightening, it's going to get pulled a bit that way, and it's going to get pushed a bit that way. And hopefully that's it. Now, this is the cross member. This is a pretty heavy piece of metal, and this hosts, well, really the front end, the suspension and the wheels, and this essentially is what you might say the front axle. And it can get twisted, so judging by the folding of the metal, I think this is okay, but you never know. But I've already got an offer of a replacement if I need to get this replaced, because all of this will unbolt, all of that comes off. The 4 bolts that host that in will come off as well, so that's relatively easy. So fingers crossed I don't have to, but if I do, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Now, the bit that I was really worried about was this central bit here. And this is the pulley wheel that goes here. And that attaches to the crank. So as the pistons are going up and down, this thing is rotating and spinning the other wheels, which is the buildup of the electricity in the alternator and the water pump just there. And when that's spinning, that's providing some feed to those pumps. But the key thing is you can see that it's got pretty damage. That's supposed to be a flat surface on the top there. But you can see there it's been pushed backwards, and it got pushed backwards by the steering rack that was going across. And so this is toast. So, but the key thing was the crank behind that. So if you picture that as the bar of metal with the thing sticking off it, pushing the pistons up and down, then if that was twisted, then that's even more serious. But it's okay, or at least we're damn sure it's okay. Because here's a bit of a gnarly older one, a more standard one, and Joe lent me this one. So you pop that on, you turn the engine over, and you watch it spinning, and we put a ruler underneath it, and there wasn't even a millimeter of movement. And what you're looking at, if it was moving, it would have been going like that as it turned. But there was not a millimeter, so that's really good. But got that to replace, so that's going to be a bit of cash. And then the other thing that came out, well, you can see we've taken the radiator out and the shroud, and you can see what this is. So this looks like, this is a mini radiator. This is actually an oil cooler. So oil goes in one side and gets pumped through and comes out the other. And two things that were wrong with it. First of all, it was a bit gummed up, so it wasn't actually doing much cooling, so no wonder I was getting hot at Trois Rivières at the parade. It looks better at this side because this is the inside, but if you look at the profile of it, if I put it on the floor, and you can see that that thing has got twisted. So that's now officially a ticking time bomb. So I think I'll be replacing that. So apart from that, it's really just been dismantling. So you can see all the things have come out. I've dismantled the oil lines and stuff like that. I'm still to get to the point of dropping the engine and gearbox and pulling it out. Got the hoist over there ready. I was hoping to get to that today, but things were a bit slower than I thought. And even now, I've got a bolt that will not come out of the gearbox that needs to come out before the whole thing can be pulled out. So I'm going to have to get inventive there with how that thing comes out. But anyway, some decent progress today, some good diagnostics, some good dismantling. Not all the way there yet, but that's it for now. This is Duncan for MG Stories. Back to the studio.